What's up, everybody? Big Hurt 916, getting down fresh out, and you tuned in to another episode of Prison Talk. And I have with me here Miss Huntsman, who's here to answer some of you guys' questions that I can't answer because I'm not a woman, and she has the answers that you guys are seeking. So, Miss Huntsman, what is some of the things that impacted your children having gone to the feds? I mean, I know having to deal with visits and just that intimacy and helping trying to raise them and tell them the right thing. How was that relationship?
That was the hardest thing for me being in prison, is being away from my children. The children were traumatized. My children are still suffering from me going to prison. I actually still don't have custody of my youngest child. But when I was in there, I would get letters from my kids and we get emails. So one of my daughters would email me every day, and life was so hard for her. She didn't understand why was I gone, why she couldn't see me. And she actually asked me could she come live with me in prison. I'm like, damn, like she want to come live in prison just to be around me? It was so tough. And then getting out, it's a lot of things I just couldn't do for them because I didn't have anything. I couldn't provide and be a mother. And I have to talk to them about being strong. And it's like, why do they have to be strong? Why did they have to suffer the loss of their parent? They're embarrassed. They go to school and they have plays and shows, and I wasn't there. Graduating from different levels in school, and they didn't have no mother there.
Well, where was the father at?
Well, they had their father.
Okay.
So, but it's still, I wasn't there. You know what I mean? Other people had to step in. But from being a mother full time to just, I'm gone for some years, I'm not coming back. They was devastated. Definitely, like I said, it was traumatic for my kids.
Were they able to come visit you in prison?
I had a visit with my kids one time while I was gone. And it was sad. It was so sad. So I really didn't want them to come back no more. Because it's just them having to leave, the crying and the tears, going through the process of being searched, guards and police all around. It's not a place for children. It's just not. You know what I mean? It's a traumatic experience on the entire family. And then other people that got to raise the kids. They got to take time out of their lives to come bring your children to a prison. It's tough.
Being in there with other women, do you see this same situation repeatedly? I mean, because I know, for guys, they have a kid, the mom's there, the guy's in prison, he's kind of doing his thing, and and it's different. Men, it's a different sense of just responsibility. But I know for a woman, it's that nurturing that the kid's missing out on. I mean, was there a lot of women going through the same situation?
Yes. A lot of women, a lot of children going through the same exact thing. And then it was even women in there pregnant, and they get up to the point where it's almost time to have the baby. And so now you see this person going through a depression. And you got to remember that child is in there experiencing all of those feelings that the mother is feeling. You have a baby, it's taken away. Right away, they take the child away.
So you don't get to see the baby, do nothing with the baby, they take it?
Maybe for, I think, 2 days. And the baby is gone.
And where the baby go?
They do have a program that some women qualify to where they can go and they can live in this prison with the children. But still, think about that.
Damn.
You having your baby being raised in prison. It's sad, and the kids come, they have times they have family days and the kids come. But it's more trauma because now the kids finally get to see their mother and then they pulled away. They don't want to leave.
Is there, where does the baby get to go live with a family member or?
Sometimes. Okay. Or sometimes people don't have family and the baby's just gone.
Is there, do you feel that there is a lot of support from the male counterparts as far as whether it's a spouse, a boyfriend or something? Because I know, in the pen, they always say you got that bottom female that holds you down. I mean, is there any bottom men holding down the women in there like that, similar or not really?
Very few. It's rare.
The men ain't really
You know,
like
no,
that kind
and you know, like a lot of times, guys they get visits. There's a lot of visits popping and going on. Women just in there, it's just in there. You know, nobody really go out their way to come visit women in prison. You don't have no dudes going out their way to come see their woman, make sure money on their book. It's rare. Now I'm not saying it don't happen, but it's far and few. Like it's different. It's really different.
You think is some of that because you think the guys getting the visits because they were hustling on the street, so they feel like, you know, the women feel like, oh, okay, this guy's, you know, doing this and that, he's gonna come home to me, and then the guys, as far as the flip of that, maybe they don't really have that connection, so they feel like, you know, when she comes home, or it's a different mentality. I mean,
I think, honestly, to be honest, I don't know. I think that women want that, like you say, guys go to jail, right? So women like, I'm gonna hold him down. He gonna be with me when he get out. But I don't know why they support men in prison so much than women. And then the thing about it is, you get so much encouragement when a man is like that. Why you didn't do that while they was on the streets? Why you didn't go so hard to keep him out of prison?
Yeah.
So then you get there. I think it's a really sense of control from the women aspect. Like, oh, I'm the holding him down. I'm the only person he got.
Yeah.
Opposed to men, they should replace him. Like, give me a whole nother woman out here on the streets. Or even in prison, they can just flip-flop and go back. It's just a difference.
I know there's a lot of weird dynamics with that, because I know, like you said, now I know he's in there, so he ain't sleeping with nobody else.
Yeah.
He need me, and now as long as I do all this, he know when he get out, he gonna have to come back to me.
And be loyal to you.
But like, and the guys, I see a lot of them, they still treat the women the same way. They got 2 or 3 females coming. They telling one that that's the one, but at the same time, they got like other ones coming, and it's like it's still the same thing. So I know it's hard. And then, like, you know, like I said, on the flip side, I've always wondered, because I didn't get any visits in prison. So when I got out, it was just, you know, I was like, you know, to hell with everybody. I'm gonna show everybody, you know, that I can do it without them and prove them wrong. But I know for a woman in prison, it's got to be pretty lonely, because the guys out here, like you said, they go out, oh man, I'm doing my thing.
You got the pervs. You got, now they have the pervert situation. I call it the pervert.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why would you want to come be with me and chase the person down on this site that they have up, and I'm in jail? Like, there's plenty of people on the street. So that, to me, is something wrong with your mentality. If you got to come and hunt a woman down in prison. Like, oh, I'm going to do all of this stuff. So when you come out, you know, they got first dibs and action at tapping that ass, pretty much.
You don't think there's no genuality there when a guy comes in?
Maybe.
But he ain't got nothing going on the street. No. You must be like you're just like, you know, you're like the run of the litter to be coming up, you know.
Yeah, like, come on
and
now.
I'm just going to take you because I ain't got nothing else.
I mean, what else is it?
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, really. I be thinking the same thing about the women. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you? Now, women do that, go to the prisons and find men, husbands, and all of that. I'm not saying the person that knew him before the prison. I'm talking about you met this person on the site. It's like, why the fuck you want to shop the prison for a man?
You know, though, for men, I've seen some women that want to do because of his status. He was the big D. You know, like, you got a lot of guys who were in there and they were D-boys, so the women are writing them like, oh, I heard about your story.
Really?
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's crazy, because I know, you know, guys in there, and you're like, damn, you know, because of the notoriety, they feel like, oh, I can holler at him now and then get out, and I got this guy who was a somebody before, and, you know, maybe it'll, you know, put me in a position, or I'll feel like I'm a part of his team. So it's a weird dynamic, because I know dudes in there who's knocking lawyers, you know, who had women coming and visit, you know, doing a lot of stuff for them with their cases. You know, I don't know if it's the same thing with women, if you have guys coming trying to help you with your cases and stuff like. Oh, okay.
No.
Because a lot of guys, I mean, that's how they get their appeal. They get some female, you know, there's females who are like really, you know, fascinated with that, and they're like, you know what, I have a, you know, I can take your case to like the Innocence Project and try to get you back in the court, blah, 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 but you say it doesn't happen on the female side.
It's rare.
Very rare.
Very rare. So that's why inside of there, females, we make our own family with the people in there. You know what I mean? Like, shit. This is my people now, 'cause everybody done forgot about you, lost you, can't see your kids, you really can't be a mother, you don't got no man. Shit, you just in jail.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You know, I've you know, just looking at that situation, it's crazy. It's like you said, it's like you have somebody back on the street, and then I know as soon as you get locked up, I know people throwing all kind of stuff in your face. But you wasn't throwing it in my face on the street because it was all good.
Right, you wasn't throwing it in the face when I was selling this dope and getting this money and I was taking care of your ass.
Exactly.
But now, oh, I knew this was going to happen. You
Yeah.
ain't shit, you shouldn't never did it, and they run off and leave you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that's why, man, look, I had to let them go.
Hey, you guys, there you have it. You know, it's not all gravy. You know, the women out there, they got it rougher than the guys when it comes to support from the street.
Definitely.
You know, the kid situation it's all bad, man. So stay out of prison. You know, peep out Ms. Huntsman's social media, man, and get you some game about yourself. Big Herc, Prison Talk.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.